Coming up, let's meet XYZ Printing, the most affordable and approachable 3D printing here at International CES 2015.
You're watching YBLTV.
So Gary, what's the difference between the DaVinci Junior and your DaVinci?
Yes. Based on the previous success of what we have in DaVinci series, we introduced this new DaVinci Junior series that with a smaller build volume, of course, hence the smaller printer size itself, but also that with some new features like a plug-in SD card, like a easier detachable print head. I can remove the print head single-handedly, and easier access to the filament that the auto-feeding filament system. And on the other hand, I think one of the things I like is no leveling calibration is needed for this model. Whereas in the first generation DaVinci series, that the first go you have to a little bit adjust the calibrations, but for first timers a little bit tricky. But of course, DaVinci series has a little bit better, bigger build volume, and also it takes ABS and PLA dual materials, whereas the Junior only takes PLA for the moment.
We're looking at a really low price point. How can you keep your prices so low?
$349 actually, I guess, is the amazing price for now in the industry. I guess it's coming from our background of the company that we have been doing the really great economy of scale of manufacturing. We are the largest printer manufacturer in the world, OEM based, and so that gives us really good supply chain management and also our manufacturing facility efficiency. On the other hand, I guess what we are trying to do here is trying to lower down the barrier, make the 3D printing technology more approachable and affordable, so that more users, more customers will be able to enjoy the technology, so we can expand the market and application. That's the key for the market development. Easier maintenance from the detachable head. I can simply single-handedly remove the print head like that. See, I'm not even watching. I can detach the print head just like that. How easy that is. And because print head is really a maintenance part, and also, as I said, no leveling or calibrations needed when you first started, so that makes it life much easier. So we just one step further to make this printer more approachable, so that typical user, the boy on the street, will be able to handle that printer.
Gary, we're looking at the DaVinci 1.0 AIO, correct?
That's right, yes.
What's so different about it?
Yes, that's the first printer, 3D printer integrated with 3D scanning and a 3D printer. So that's why we call it an AIO. That means you can scan it and then print it. Eventually, that becomes a 3D copier. So for instance, once we have an object like this, but I do not have a 3D file of that, how can I print it in 3D file? That means how can I duplicate that? I can simply put this object, target object, into the scanning bed, and then of course I trigger the softwares, and then the scanning movement will start, and then just 5 minutes you get a 3D file of the object, and then you can print it out through a 3D printer of the same machine. Then that's a 3D duplication.
So what are we looking at in terms of time for printing this product?
Yes, for that objects, this is a print now. Well, I will guess this might be taking somewhere around 3.5 hours to print. The scanning takes 5 minutes, but print out takes somewhere around like 3 hours for size like that.
And the cost involved?
Well, depends on the weight. This is really, I would say this is somewhere around like a 30 or less than 50 gram. So for a 600 gram, it costs you $28. You might print like more than 10 or 12 of these. So that make it like somewhere like $4 or $5, below $4 or $5 to print something like that.
I like it.
Yes.